Hey guys, well, I get asked by a lot of different bladesmiths and stuff how I do my stone wash process and how I get such a dark finish on my stone wash. So I'm going to show you how I do it. I'm going to walk you through the whole steps. I'm going to show you all the stuff that I use as far as tool wise and materials, and then I'm going to show you the whole process. So stay tuned. Well, the first thing you need is an acid to darken the high carbon steel. Me, I use ferric chloride. Mine is 3 to 1, 3 parts distilled water to 1 part ferric, and it works really good. And it gets that nice dark finish. The main thing is to make sure you keep an eye on it, make sure it's good and even, make a really even, nice dark finish. The next thing is you got to have a way to tumble your material, to tumble your knife. This is what I use. It's a piece of regular 3-inch PVC pipe capped off on each end. I got it where I can open one end. Then I made this. I put some rubber on the bottom of them where to hold in place, and also use clamps, clamp it down on all 4 corners. And then just some cheap casters. It's really easy and cheap to make. And I've got a groove cut in the back of it where I can set it on the deck of my belt sander and slide it into place. And it lets the grinder do all the work. Use a worn out belt so it don't eat up your rubber. Works great. I've been using this same process the whole time. This was the first one I've ever made. I'll probably make me an updated one later, but this one works great, and it's easy and cheap to make. And then next is your material to actually put the blade in to do the stone washing. And this is literally gravel out of the creek in my backyard. Most of it has smooth edges, some of it has a sharp edge here or there, and there's little bitty stuff size of BBs all the way up to the bigger stuff. And yet again, this is the same gravel that I've been using the whole time, and it still works great. Every once in a while I have to add a little bit to it because you lose a little bit here and there, spilling it and stuff like that, but it works great. Now, that's pretty much everything I use, so now I'm going to set it all up and let's stone wash a couple blades. Y'all can see how I do it. And what I'm doing here is I'm wetting all my gravel with Windex, excuse me. And I do that for 2 reasons, and I'll explain that a little bit further in the process. But there is a purpose behind it. This is what I use to hang my blades in my ferric, and I do this for my Damascus and everything. And it's just a cheap roll of electric fence wire you can get from Tractor Supply. It's a 100-foot roll, and I think it was like $7. And I've been on the same roll forever and still have a pretty good bit left. Like, it lasts a really long time. It's a cheap investment, but it works really well. I generally stone wash 2 blades at a time. These are the 2 that I'm going to be doing today. A couple of my ADCs is definitely my top selling blade. That's what everybody wants. I've made a bunch of them. But Main thing is make sure that I hand sand mine to at least 400, most of the time 600. These are hand sanded to 600. So it'd have a good slick finish on it. And the main thing is make sure they're clean. Like make sure, I always clean mine with acetone before I put them in the ferric to make sure you don't have no blotchy looking and it's nice and even and black. Alright, got them in my little handy dandy hanger made from electric fence wire. Now, let's put them in the ferric. I usually leave mine in there for about 5 minutes and check it. So let's wait 5 minutes and then we'll come back and check it. Well, it's been about 5 minutes now, so I'm gonna check on them. Looks good and even. In the case that it's not good and even, what I always do is wipe them down really good with a microfiber cloth, and it will lighten up. You know, as you rub it, it'll take a lot of the black out of it and lighten it up. And then put it back in there, and you keep doing that, and it'll eventually get nice and pretty and even. But those look pretty good. I'm gonna give it a couple more minutes, and then it'll be ready to rock and roll. Alright, looks really good. Got a nice dark edge on it. So, what I do next is I cover it good with Windex, and what that does is neutralizes the acid. That's another reason I put it on the gravel. And it also works as a solvent. To be in my gravel, I don't wipe it down, I don't do nothing but go straight from the acid into the gravel. Like I said, I do 2 at a time, so let's go ahead and get the other one out. Nice and pretty and even. Nice dark edge. I usually do this outside, so I'm gonna have to clean my shop up now. It needs it. Put the cap on, get it set up on my tumbler, and it's ready to rock and roll. Alright, now I've got it tumbling. Sometimes that can be a little aggravating to set up, so, and I had to take time to move the camera, so I had to figure y'all wanted to see all that. But now I'm gonna let it tumble for about 15 minutes, and we'll see what it looks like. Alright, it's been about 18 minutes. I usually check it after 15 minutes. So let's get them out of the gravel and see what they look, wash them off, see what they look like. Alright, we got them washed up. Got a pretty good dark finish on them. Turned out pretty good. What I do now is I soak them down in just basic food grade mineral oil. And then I just lay them down and let them sit for a while. Let that etch sit. There's a couple of light spots on them, but all in all, they look pretty good. But that's it. That's how I do my stonewash. Step for step. If you have any questions, reach out to me, because sometimes it don't go. This one actually went pretty well. There's a light spot right there I don't really like. I might fix that, but all in all, it turned out pretty good. Y'all drop me a comment. Let me know what you think. And hope this could help somebody. Like I said, if you need anything, reach out. I'm happy to help. Y'all have a good one.